Next part of the video is if you have a sheet that's 18 by 24 inches. Again, you can be using any paper, but this is one of the class on supplies. So if you have one of these, a way to tear your paper off is you tear it down on an angle. If you try to tear it this way, there's too much alignment of all of these of the metal pieces. You can also come right up here to the edge and hold your thumb down because it's perforated, and you can also peel that off, right, so that you can pull paper off this way. The downfall with that is it leaves this piece, which I don't really like. So then I'm going to tear it off at an angle like this, right? I'm going down this way when I tear it off, and it'll tear off really easy. So any of your pads, that's the best way to tear paper off. And then if I want to take this off, I can cut it off, I can bend it, I can fold it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this down. And so as I fold it, then I'm going to make this crease, right? I'm going to push down that crease with my fingernail. And depending on your paper, you could also do it in the opposite direction, where I'm going to do it twice, where I do it both ways. So I'm going to make it so I can tear it. So then if I want to tear this, I'm going to hold this one hand, and then I'm going to tear this direction, right? If I tear it that way, it kind of pulls it up, but I want to pull it away on an angle. So I'm going to tear it. I'm going to start it, and it doesn't matter if it's perfect, and I'm going to pull it like that, right? And then I'm going to, do I want to do it again? Let's use a piece like this that's this size. Okay, great. So you can either push it into your holders, which is great, like this, and then you can also use some tape. So this is one of the boards that's required. So I can just put some blue tape on the corners to hold it down a little bit. And then I'm going to do my drawing. Here we are. We're going to do a bunch of warm-up exercises. So this one, I'm going to use this pencil, and this is the one that I have cut up a little bit. Again, you can use kind of any pencils for this. We're going to use our non-dominant hand, and we're going to use our over grip. So as we start this, so get all ready, and then you're going to draw along with me. So stop the video if you need to and get your supplies ready. This project is called, I call it, these are all like I drive and you're going to draw. You're going to follow. It's like I'm the driving the bus. Okay, so this first one is a continuous line drawing. So I call it a spaghetti drawing, and it's just lines like this, and we're going to fill up the whole page. And make sure you get to all the corners. And I'm moving my pencil in my hand so that I can keep my pencil point sharpened. So I'm going to talk about a variety of things that what the line work and drawing work is made up of. And so one is I'm playing around with composition, right? I'm filling up my whole page. It's an abstract warm-up piece. And let's go into something that we did in that last drawing, which is time. So let's slow down. And then speed up. And slow down. And speed up. And now let's play around with pressure. So pressure is super essential for a drawing because it gives something dynamic. So pressure is now see how light you can go. Like how light? What's the lightest you can actually draw with this pencil? Light. light, light, light. To get to all those corners, they get lonely, so you want to get in there. How light can you go? And then go heavy. How heavy can you go? Without snapping your pencil. And if you snap it, then that's when you go and get it erased. Sharpened. And then stop. Rotate your drawing. Turn it upside down. Look at it. And add one more line. Okay. So now we're going to flip this drawing. Okay, non-dominant hand. This one is straight lines. So a straight line is also practicing scales for an artist. And I'm going to move my hand so I'm over grip. So I go in one direction. We'll talk about directions. So I'm changing my direction. Now I'm going in another direction. And I'm going to now go back and forth as a direction. And now I'm going to see how light I can draw. So now I'm moving into pressure. Pressure and direction. Breathing. Soft belly breath. Seeing, I'm paying attention. Now I'm going to draw horizontal, vertical, right? I'm going to go into a different direction. And now I'm also going to go into size. So let's play around with size. So size, the longest line that I can draw goes off the page. And the shortest line I can draw is a dot. It's kind of like a line that goes into another dimension. You can only see one tip of it. So go ahead and explore with lines, with short lines, with long lines. See what it's like to move your hand around with your pencil. Short lines, long lines. I'm moving my pencil now to keep my tip pointed. Breathing. Direction. And now let's go into pressure. So back to super light. Like how light? What's the lightest line that I can actually draw? So this is the hardest thing for a bunch of artists, to get the whole concept of pressure, because we're mostly unconscious and it's default and no one's ever pointed it out to us. Make sure you get to all the corners. Breathing. You can now go horizontal, vertical. So let's go back and forth between those. And now let's move into pressure for the heavy part. So that means you're going to do something that's, what's the darkest? What's the darkest line you can get without snapping? I'm moving my pencil point while I'm drawing, so I'm keeping a point. So that's my darks, right? This is how dark that line can get. So now let's play around with gradation of the line. And what that means is that you start dark, heavy, and then you go light. Start heavy and go light. Start heavy and go light. Start heavy, going in a different direction. Go light. So then let's switch that around. So let's go light and end heavy. Let's go light, start off super light and end heavy. So size, you do that in a very short point, light to dark, or light to dark to light to dark to light. So same line, light to dark, heavy to light, heavy to light, heavy to light. Get to all the corners, heavy to light, heavy to light. Breathing, breathing. And now let's do some diagonals, right? So diagonals, heavy heavy, light, heavy, light. So go ahead and now play around with this drawing on your own and finish it off, going with different diagonals. Look at this when I put my pencil sideways, because I have a tip. I have more of the pencil exposed. I get a bigger, fatter line because I'm drawing with the side of my pencil and not just the point of it. Breathing, exploring, looking at your page, what still needs to happen. How can you pull your pencil differently? Pressure, light, heavy. Okay, and finish that and rotate it. Look at it and add one more line.